Paul here with Hallsome Farm. Just make a quick little video. I've made about a 40-minute video and released it last week, and some people said it was just a little too long. So I just want to make this quick little one to explain that one. So I'll put the link up here for that. And I'm here with Frank. In that other video, what we're doing is right here we've got what would normally have been a wicking bed, but instead of growing plants in it, we've turned it into a worm bed so we can harvest worm castings. Now I've had lots of comments, people saying, oh, we do something similar to that, but what they're explaining, I'll show you here what they're doing, because I do the same thing. So these are wicking beds where we're growing blueberries and blackberries and raspberries and strawberries and those type of things. And in here we also have worms. And I've had a lot of people saying, well, I already have worms in my wicking beds. Well, yeah, that's a good idea, and we've got them in our aquaponics, and you put them in the garden too. So this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a worm farm. We're not growing anything except worms. And so I'll go back to the worm farm and show you quickly how that works. And then again, if that intrigues you, go to the video. On the video, the first 20 minutes or so is how to make a wicking bed. If you've already got that down, just skip over that. And then the last 19 minutes or so is how to turn that into and what to do to make that a worm farm. We're back at the worm farm wicking bed. Now I've searched for months to try to find, and I haven't found anything exactly like this. So if you can come here, we can see what we've got. I've got cardboard covering it, but you can see, and there's some activity. Look here, you got worms. So this is working really well. In fact, Frank here just brought me, he gets, what he mostly puts in his, he gets these tea bags from the restaurants and it just cracks them open and shakes them in there, busts them up, and he says the worms just love those. So that's, well, I put kitchen scraps, and anyway, the video, I don't want to make this a long video, but the video I'm referring to will explain all this. But since I've got Frank here, and I explain what his contribution, what he does, or how he helped develop this process. But you were just telling me, how often do you harvest worm castings out of your...
Yeah, so I get worm castings every 2 weeks.
And about how many do you...
And I can get a Folgers can about that size, and probably more if I really did both sides. But I feed one side and then I feed the other side, so I'm cleaning.
Okay,
half.
so you feed one side so you can harvest one side?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you don't get a ton of worms or eggs or anything in that?
No, because they're the eggs are in the tea bags or in the tea area. And if there's any undigested tea on top, I'll brush it aside.
But even putting some worms and eggs in the garden's not going to hurt anything.
It's not going to hurt. And
then you just switch sides, and then
actually they'll be feeding on the side that I've laid out.
Right,
and
then
then
you just go back and forth.
Go back, yeah.
Now the bed that he started with is the size I just showed you. It's half this size, or just a little bit.
27 gallon.
Yeah, and this is a much bigger tote to do the worms, and you can do it in either one. But anyway, we're pretty excited about it. It's been working for about 1.5 years now, two summers.
Right.
And we had the coldest winter we've had in 10 years last year.
That bothered me, but it didn't hurt them.
Didn't hurt the worms, and the summers haven't. This has been a really hot summer. Last summer was.
Yeah.
So
moisture in the bottom helps.
Anyway, this is a revolutionary way of doing worms. So easy, no sifting, no moving boxes around, no mess. You just put your scraps in here, and then when you need to have some worm castings, you just come and get some and put them in the garden. There's no mess, not like the traditional worm farming that you see on YouTube or you think about. So every gardener should be able to do this with ease. Anyway, if you like what we do here on the farm, please subscribe to the channel interested in learning how to easily raise worm castings, raise worms for worm castings, please watch the video that we showed at the link we showed at the beginning of the video. Anyway, thanks for watching.